Hey everybody, and welcome. I've got a problem with Resolve. I've got this bug I'm trying to deal with, and I don't really know exactly what to do in terms of that bug. And so I wanted to throw it out there and see if there's any advice. I've got this timeline. It's working great. No problem at all. Everything is playing.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again for tuning in to catch all of the action. Till then, for Meg Bergdorf.
Everything's working beautifully. I've got this one clip over here which is showing uh, media offline. So we go over here to media offline. We try to figure out where that media is, and let's just pick the media offline clip, replace selected clip, and here it is. Replaced, still offline. If I want to go and find that clip directly, I can do that. The clip plays just fine. So we've got no problem with the clip. Um, so the next thing I would normally do, if this were a problem I'm trying to deal with, is I would go and clear the cache. And so let's go ahead and clear that cache. Right now the cache is over here under new cache. Well, before I do that, let's just come over here to playback, render cache. Currently is set to none, doesn't really matter. Delete render cache all. That is now deleted. Still, uh, still showing no clip there. Everything else is playing just fine. But because I deleted the render cache, let's try to replace that clip again. This time I'm going to pick a different version of it. Still nothing. So now I go physically delete the cache. And by the way, for what it's worth, I've restarted this computer several times. I even let it sit overnight. So here the cache is completely deleted. I force deleted the entire cache. And what you would see is no difference to the clip. The clip is going to be exactly what it was. So if we just kind of sit here and wait for these couple of items to be deleted. You'll notice I call this new cache because this is not the first time I've done this. So I created a new cache, set the new cache down below in the preferences, deleted the primary cache, and here we go. I'm not sure what the delay is, but again, I think Resolve is getting tired. So we're not really sure what's going on. So let's come back here to the file, and you will see that we've got a couple different versions of this. Now, the reason why we have a couple different versions of this is because, oops, there it is over here. Got another version of this over here. You'll see everything plays just fine. But because we're never really sure, the cache is fully cleared. But because we're never really sure what's going on, I even went over to Media Encoder, and I took one of those versions, which I know is fine. And bring that sucker in. Let's bring in this one. So now, even in Media Encoder, everything is fine. So it doesn't really matter what we pick because I've tried this so many times. So let's just put this in as Apple ProRes HQ to make sure we have a distinct name. Save, process, done, close, ProRes HQ, come in, drop it on the timeline, and nothing. So we've tried everything. We've tried, at one point, I have tried a new timeline, things like that. Nothing is really working. So let's come in here. Let's create a new project. I'll make sure I do it all on this one screen. New project. Test. Here's our new project. Cache location update required. Let's deal with that. sure we have a cache. So now here we have a new cache here. Save. Okay. Let's come in and grab that file. And look, it works. So the issue here is that it does not work in the file that it's supposed to be working in. That's what's going on.